Because I don't have time to argue with people.
No, yeah, but it's okay. But that's fine, but don't take down the video.
Okay,
Just don't
fine.
argue.
Well, it makes me want to argue. She clearly doesn't know anything about our family.
Well, only us would say, thank God the weekend is over. Thank God Monday came.
Oh my God, I totally thought that. I'm like, yes, I get to take you to school.
Oh, thank God the weekend was over. Super Bowl ends last night. It's like 11 o'clock. God, I hate to even talk about it. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. But, I mean, it's 11 o'clock last night. And we're scrubbing poop.
Yes.
I mean, this lasted all day yesterday.
It's awful.
It was 3 or 4 different times.
All weekend, really. He did it all weekend.
I remember laying down last night and going, I am so glad today is over. Like, I just am so glad. Like, it was all day with him reaching in his pants and throwing it everywhere. Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. I feel so worn out.
I almost don't even want to talk about it. It's so exhausting. You know what I mean?
I know. I did a video yesterday about stuff that I had bought to take over to our next door neighbor. And I posted the video, and somebody wrote on it, "Why are you teasing him? Why would you tease that kid?" I'm like, clearly you're new to the page because his name is Cal.
Wait a minute.
And
so
why would I ever
Facebook?
tease my kid?
Facebook?
Yes.
Oh.
So I took down the video because...
Why?
Because I don't have time to argue with people.
No, yeah, but so okay, but that's fine. But don't take down the video.
Okay,
just
fine.
Don't argue.
Well, it makes me want to argue. She clearly doesn't know anything about our family.
What I find though is when people write that, like normal, intelligent people will stand up for you. You don't necessarily need to even respond. Like I learned that over the years of like. You post something and somebody gets mad, like your friends they'll support you when you need it.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to take it all down.
I know. I just was like, and I was already like frustrated, and then I saw that and I'm like, why? Like, who are you? Like, stop it. There's rude people out there. But anyway, in the video, I was like, wah, like whining because he had thrown his iPad. So I was like, wah, pick up your iPad. And then she said that was teasing. I'm like, why would I try to make my day worse?
Yeah. Well, listen, this is what the internet's for. It's for all the internet is, right, are opinions exposed by those who choose to expose their opinion. It's fine. Like I think it's actually great to see those people write that stuff.
Well, I guess we're putting ourselves out there. I mean, I left it on Instagram. In that same video, there was moms writing like, "You're such a good mom." So I'm like, thank you. I needed to hear that.
Yeah. I would put it back up and re-tag the lady. And say, reposted, hope you enjoy. Seriously. First off, it's your page. You can do what you want.
Yeah.
And you know what? That lady's entitled to her opinion. If she wants to show up and give her opinion, well, that's cool too.
Yeah.
But you can't bend to those people. You can't say I'm taking it down, right? Because you shouldn't.
I know. I took it down and I'm like, I knew you were going to tell me you shouldn't take it down.
Yeah. Just because... those become habits. Like that's what's going on now, like in the mainstream, like news and everything. It's like everybody now is like, oh, we did this, so we have to just apologize for everything, or we have to cancel ourselves, or we have to take everything down, or whatever. And then it really becomes a habit. Once you start becoming a professional apologizer, it really won't end.
I wasn't apologizing, though.
No.
I was trying to defend myself. And I didn't want to argue.
I know you didn't apologize, but what happens is you cater to them. It is kind of apologizing. They take it as, oh, see, I wrote something and you took it down. I'm right.
Okay, I'll post it.
It becomes a habit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just post it and say, some woman got pissed and I took this down. And then I realized I didn't make this post for you anyway, lady, so it's back up.
Fine. Anyways, I took Play-Doh and stickers to the neighbors when he was in his wagon. And who would have thought that getting stickers with food on it, he would start eating the stickers?
Yeah. So, looking back on it, yeah, we were dumb for doing that because
I just didn't think about it.
He didn't see ice cream stickers. He saw ice cream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, it was funny.
But anyways, he did very, very well yesterday. I was able to stay through the halftime show, and then I went home after that.
Yeah, and it's almost like, of course, this isn't true, but it's almost like he was like, oh, look how well-behaved I was during the first half of the Super Bowl. You guys really enjoyed yourself, and I had fun. But when I get home, there's going to be a payment for that.
That's how I felt. Payback.
I know. That's us just creating that because it's more dramatic. That's not how he thought. What I believe, God, how do we know? I think he probably wanted to stay.
I don't know why he did it. I mean, apparently the poop thing is sensory, so I've been on the phone all morning trying to get it OT.
I know. There's no quick fix
which
for
we're
this.
starting next week.
Let me tell you what we're down to, folks. All right. I came up with this idea yesterday. I went on a nice run to the beach. Oh, it was warm. It was breezy. The tourists were out there spending all their money.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, how can we figure out for our artistic son to tell us when he craps his pants? How can I figure? That's what I was thinking. Running. Nobody knew. People saw me running. I had my headphones on, and I was listening to Fort Minor and Eminem. I had some hype music going on. Script. I mean, I was listening to some hype music. But what people didn't realize is I was thinking about how I can get our 4.5-year-old to tell us when he craps his pants. That's what I was thinking about. And I came up with an idea. I said, it works for dogs sometimes. What if we get a bell? And every time we have to change his diaper, we ring the bell.
I thought it was a good idea.
So he will hopefully train. Oh, my God. You imagine some of the internet trolls when I say that word, train. Train him to ring the bell when his diaper gets filled up. And so we know immediately when he does it. And that way we can come to the rescue and save everybody.
Well, I thought
Save
it was
the
a
world.
good idea. And yes, training. I mean, we're desperate, okay?
Hey, look, it's called potty training. You know, I mean, come on. It's like if this wasn't autism, all you oversensitive, whatever, little. I always said I won't cuss in this podcast.
Don't cuss.
Other podcasts I cuss in. Not this one. Not going to do it.
Don't.
But I want to. But little you-know-whats who come crying and whining and screaming and moaning because, you know, you say a word like training, but that's what it is. It is training. It absolutely is training, just like we train. You go to the gym, you train babies, you train puppies, and that's – so anyway, I thought maybe in the beginning you would say, hey, that's a terrible idea and it's rude and it's embarrassing. And maybe it's a little of all that. But I thought, God, what if it worked? It would just be so crazy that that's something he would latch onto. Because he latches onto things we would never realize.
Well, I think it's a good idea, and I'll try anything at this point.
Yeah.
So.
So I'm on Amazon. I'm researching, you know, what kind of bell, how we'll mount it, and then I'm thinking to myself, oh God, there's going to be that period where he's just going to go ring the bell every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like our day is going to start and end with this bell all up until he then figures out, hopefully, that it's only when you go to the bathroom.
Right.
You know what I mean? But there's going to be that period. I mean, I can already hear 7 o'clock in the morning. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah,
ding.
that's
like,
funny.
Oh, no, he's ringing the bell again.
Yeah. Anyways, he was really good yesterday. The only thing that he started to melt down on was that one commercial when they were going, like whining.
Oh, yeah. That's
and then he started whining.
Yeah.
So then I started doing it, and then he's like, and then he freaks out.
Yeah.
But he was doing it.
That really was the beginning of the end. I really felt like he would have made it the entire game.
He was doing very good.
That commercial came on, and it was, and then he was like, he looked up. Like it freaked him out, startled him.
But then he started doing it.
Then he started doing it, and I don't know if he was just acting out what it was, if he was legitimately scared, but then he wasn't the same after that, and he had to go home.
Yeah, he started throwing his stuff, and he wanted to leave. But
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, so
sometimes he likes
angry
that.
Facebook lady, could you do me a favor? Could you write the client of that brand that made that commercial and ask why they were teasing autistic kids when they made that commercial? Shouldn't they have known that going to kids on the spectrum would set them off? Please write them, lady, because you're so on it, right? That's terrible of those people to make that commercial and freak out on the spectrum kids all across the world. There's 100 million people watching the Super Bowl. 1 in 45 kids are on the spectrum have autism. They should have been more sensitive to that when they made that commercial.
Well, that's what I said. Sometimes he likes it. Like, he made the noise. He liked it for a second, and then he got mad.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, lady,
teasing.
like, you have no idea.
They were teasing him. It's terrible. Yeah. Those people, though, really, it and who knows where she's coming from. Maybe a good place, and she just articulated it poorly. Who knows? But I just don't react to it. Don't leave it. You post, everything you post there is people write you, people message you all the time.
I know.
And say, hey, thanks. It's appreciate it. I mean, how many people wrote you and said, geez, I kind of think something's going on with my kid, and I never would have thought it if I didn't come across some of your stuff. I mean, it's a good thing.
I know. It's very nice.
Yeah. I think we said once a while ago, gosh, if doing something could get one, I mean, everyone says, if you could save one life, you could do this. But truly, if one kid could go and get a diagnosis because of, some stuff you talk about or things that you share, well, that's pretty cool. That's life-changing for that family.
It is cool.
Yeah. I think it's really good.
I'm going to make sure my ringer's on.
Why?
Oh, because the kids are in school. You never know.
I thought you were waiting for a big call. I was like, what's happening?
No. I just don't have time for negativity, So I'm just like, if you're going to be mean on that page, I don't want you on it.
I kind of look at it as we have plenty of time for negativity, but it really, truly has to come from sources that we care about, like our kids. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we actually have time for drama, for negativity, for complaining, but it's the sources where they come from. Like, what we don't have time for is for people that we really don't care about.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we got to deal with his drama and negativity. And just like the other kids, we have to deal with it from them too. We have time with it. That's kind of our job as parents. But, yeah, from some random...
I've never seen that person before. Like, she just appeared, so...
She appeared.
She appeared
out of the ashes.
I didn't want her.
She rose.
Yes. Keep
her on there, though. It's always good to have those people around. I really think so. They just amplify things. It really is good. That's kind of the secret weapon. And when people do marketing and stuff like that, people don't realize it. Like, and I was working, like the radio stations, and they would say, oh, block this person. They just said this or they said that. And everybody, at least, especially the last radio station I worked with, it was really run by a bunch of sissies. And they were so scared of people making, like, authentic comments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, block this person. They said this. Do this. Take them off. Or shadow ban them. Or it's a fake person and they're making it. I'm like, guys, they're amplifying. Every time they contribute, it amplifies our messaging. We're out there. We're being discussed. Like, you guys don't know how this works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like those people are truly helping you. It's like, why are you so scared? Why are you so scared?
I get it.
Yeah. It's really like it. You just have to look at the overall picture. Yeah, in the moment, it probably doesn't feel great. Somebody says, oh, you suck, or you're dumb, or you're an idiot, I hate you, whatever. Sure, in that moment. But then you look at the overall thing, and then people start reacting to that. And it's like, thanks for showing up. You know what I mean? Like, you showed up. So
it just amazes me. Like, she was like acting like a know-it-all, and it's like, you probably don't even have an autistic kid, Yeah.
Well, maybe
you have no idea.
Then write that back.
Yeah.
It's okay to fire back.
I know. I just feel drained right now.
I know. I mean,
I feel really drained.
You have to be prepared, though. If you start it up, it could get hot.
I know.
So either ignore it and let it sit there. You know what I find, though? A lot of people will go back and delete their comments.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They'll sit on it, especially if people start reacting to it. If someone's like, oh, lady, you have no idea, or, how rude.
Yeah.
Or, whatever. Then most of the time, those people can't take the heat, and then they go back and...
Well, yeah, because the other people that support the page...
Yeah. Well, when I wrote back in the beginning, I said, hey, I'm thinking about running for school board to fix the special needs things. And one of the other candidates, she got on there and started writing all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
She's a candidate. And then went back 8 hours later and deleted all of her comments. I'm like, you're doing what the kids in the schools are doing. You're like a little kid.
Oh, my gosh.
You're writing angry messages, and then you're going and deleting them. I'm like, Leadership. Yeah. But jeez, I mean, it's crazy.
That is
It's
crazy.
just crazy, But yeah, it's just it's kind of thing. But here's I think maybe the difference, right? We're exhausted, and so when you see that, I mean, I understand your initial reaction to be like, I don't want to deal with it, because you're just exhausted.
Yeah, like I don't even know how many days in a row I've cried.
Yeah, a lot, many, several,
I
multiple.
can feel it today already, just because I'm tired.
You look exhausted. Yeah.
Like just beat down.
Maybe a
I'm
beach walk to get some vitamin D and breathe some fresh air is what you need today.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I can cry right now. I'm just tired.
Well, yeah.
I don't know why.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm so happy Monday's here. I needed Monday. God, I need more Mondays in my life. I love Mondays. Super Bowl yesterday. Did you have a favorite Super Bowl commercial?
Honestly,
This is what the cheesy morning radio shows did, by the way. I feel like I have to get this out of my system, because they all showed up this morning and they went, "Hey, what was your favorite Super Bowl commercial, everybody?" And then you get to hear 5 minutes of what everybody's favorite Super Bowl commercial was.
I honestly didn't even watch any commercials. I couldn't tell you because I was just making sure he was fine.
Autism ruining Super Bowl commercials since 1925.
Well, I was just trying to keep him in his wagon and keep him fine. He did a very, very good job, but I was occupied with him.
Yeah,
I was kind of just there. I wasn't really paying attention to anyone but him.
he was. I tell you, he was way better than I could have ever imagined. If you would have told me the before behavior of the Super Bowl party and the after behavior, I would have said that it was a nightmare during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable. I got to tell you, he was a different kid, and that happens a lot. I don't want to say they, because we only have experience with one. He goes through these fogs.
Yeah.
Where and I don't know how else to call it, but a fog, where he's sort of around and in touch, and then he's out, and then he kind of becomes somebody else, and you don't know what you literally will say. What happened to my kid? Where is he? Where did he go?
Yeah.
But then he'll come back. It's the craziest thing. I got to tell you, it's so. It's horrific.
When he's in a fog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll just disappear.
It's kind of hard for people to understand.
It's hard for me to say, so I understand it's hard for him to understand. But,
yeah, he gets in this zone of doing bad behavior and stuff. And then yesterday at the Super Bowl party, he was in his wagon. I have to be very prepared with all my stuff and constantly be handing him snacks or iPads or stickers or Play-Doh, whatever.
Yeah.
But very prepared. And then he was doing very good. He was not throwing a fit at all. And I did have to get him out of the wagon at one point to go change his diaper. And I thought it was going to be a nightmare to put him back in the wagon. But I just told him, if you don't get back in the wagon, then we have to go home.
Yeah.
So
I think, last night, it was the first time. So for our neighborhood is like a country club. It's really cool. So everybody, when there's these big occasions, 4th of July or New Year's Eve, Super Bowl, whatever, our neighborhood has these big get-togethers, right?
Yeah.
And so we go over to our neighbor's house, and they've got a really great setup in their garage and all these screens. And, it's like a full bar. There was food everywhere. My God, the food was so great.
yes.
Those horseradish deviled eggs, I have never tasted anything so good.
They were very good.
Yeah, and I haven't really had my taste for the last month or two.
Yeah.
But it's that horseradish.
I'll have to make them.
Oh my God, yeah.
Horseradish is good.
I must have gotten COVID at some point. Didn't even realize it, and my taste just got a little weird. But it wasn't gone. It was just weird.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe, I don't know. I thought maybe I ate something bad, or I don't know what I was thinking. But I wasn't sick, and then it went away.
Yeah.
Felt fine, and that my taste never came back. But so every day I have a shot of vinegar because I can taste vinegar. I love it. Then I started eating sriracha by the spoonful.
Oh, God.
Just to taste something. I could taste sriracha. And then that started ripping my throat apart. So I had to stop doing that.
And your stomach.
Yeah. And
Apple cider vinegar.
apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then and then I found this horseradish things. As I taste, I was like, oh my God, I can taste every bit of this.
Yeah.
It's just so good. Anyway, where I was going with this
Yeah.
was, I think last night was the first time that the people that we associate with the most at these social functions, I believe I could feel they noticed last night, like everything that you have to do
Oh, yeah.
to keep him in the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was
Like keep him there, like you're saying.
right for so it doesn't get out of hand,
Right.
Because,
It can turn fast.
and it does. And so usually you or we are always the first to leave.
Yes.
We're always the first to leave the social functions. Late to arrive, first to leave. Because we're handling stuff.
Right.
We got stuff to handle. But I could kind of sense last night people were like, oh, yeah, I get it now,
Yeah.
And like his flapping. He was doing a lot of flapping last night. In a good way, really good flapping.
Yeah, he was excited.
He was excited, and there were some of the commercials he would pay attention to. He actually, at one point, I know he was watching, like for like 2 minutes, he watched the game. I'm like, this is pretty incredible.
He was doing very well, and even the people around us noticed he was doing very well.
Yeah.
But I will say, a year ago, if you would have seen him, you might have not been able to see that he's autistic.
Oh, yeah, you can tell now.
But you can tell now.
Yeah.
I mean, even my parents, they haven't been here in a year. I'm like, things are different now.
Yeah.
And there's no way I would even leave him with my parents to even watch him because they haven't been around, so they don't know how to handle him.
Yeah.
I actually can leave him with our 16-year-old neighbor because she watches him.
Yeah.
But I couldn't even leave him with 2 grown adults that don't know him very well.
Yes.
Or how to handle him. You have to know how to handle him.
Or are in denial because they just want to people please and just tell you everything's fine, and he looks, quote unquote, normal.
Yeah, just because he's cute and looks normal does not mean there's normal behavior.
The normal thing, honestly, and it's people don't do it on purpose. It's because they are literally scared to death to face the reality. So they say he looks normal.
Yeah, my dad the other day said, "Is he getting better?" I'm like, "No, like you don't just get better." I mean,
I'll tell you, people are so ignorant and stupid, but you can't blame them because they're almost trained to act like this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, but what's crazy is like you as a parent have to control your emotions because the older he gets, the stupider this all sounds, and the more angry you can get. Like if somebody were in person say he looks normal, I literally would probably say you're the biggest moron I've ever talked to in my life.
Yeah, I know.
But whereas 2 years ago I would just shrug my shoulders and go, well, yeah, I guess. I mean, but now you're almost like you have no idea what we go through every day. Like, who in the hell are you to sit here and say he looks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's the simpleness of life where you're just trained to make somebody else feel better. So you go, oh, he looks normal, he's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I'm just going to decline it. God, it's so annoying. I never set this up. It says call answered on iPhone, but I didn't answer it. Oh, it must mean it's going to voicemail. Anyway, somebody was calling. Yeah, I don't know. It really is interesting as time goes on how you start to change, And it's like the lady on Facebook. Like, who knows what she's going through? She's probably got some demons, that are eating at her and whatever, and that's cool. It's fine. But when people say that stuff, like, is he getting better? I've seen somebody wrote not long ago, like, do you think they'll ever find a cure for autism? I'm like, what?
This isn't cancer. You know what I mean?
I know, but the way it is talked about is you would think that, maybe there's a cure. But I don't know, like what? I thought to myself, what does a cure for autism look like? So you go in, I don't know, you take a pill, they give you a shot. I have no idea what it is. They zap you with a laser. And then all of a sudden you're like, hey, Mom, I'm fine now.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, what?
I know. All the kids are so different.
I'm like, what the hell does that look like? Like, what does a cure look like? Like all of it? I mean, I don't know. It sometimes, so I'll read things out loud. I've always said this. Read something out loud. Like, because in your mind, we sort of read it with our own, I don't know, in our own way. But when you say something out loud, it really hits you so different.
Yeah.
And so I read something out loud. I literally read this out loud the other day. Do you think they'll ever find a cure for autism? I read it out loud, and I'm like, my God, you're dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, my God. I'm like, this person drives? Oh my God. This person drives? We got to share the road with this guy.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people don't know what it is or how the kid is affected, Like when we went over yesterday, I'm like, he started eating stickers. I'm like, I have no idea how long I'm going to be here, I said that to our neighbor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can leave any moment, or maybe I get to stay till the halftime show. But luckily he was fine. But even at one point I had to change his diaper because it was pretty wet. And there's a lot of people there, and he's 4.5. So I didn't want to just carry the diaper in, and then people will be like, oh, he's wearing a diaper. Like, he's not potty trained. So I carried the whole backpack in. Did you see me? I had the backpack on, and then I carried him, changed his diaper, and then had to carry him out, get him back in the wagon. And he saw all the kids inside playing, but he can't just play like that.
No.
Like a big kid. He would break things. And anyway, so I put him back in the wagon. And then we hadn't seen some of these people for a while, and somebody was like, how old is he now? 1.5, 2? And I'm like, no.
Somebody said that?
Yeah. They're friends that came later.
Oh, my God.
And I was like,
why would they say that? I mean, they've
well, because he's in the wagon. I don't know.
I know, but they've been coming around here for years. I mean,
Well, and I said, no, he's actually 4.5, but he's autistic, so he's like a 2-year-old.
Huh.
That's a situation I feel like I have to say he's autistic,
they
because
didn't know that?
I think the girl did. I don't think he did.
Yeah, you see, but that's my point. Everybody's coming from different angles. Nobody knows, It's
No.
and I do think like some people say things they kind of already know the answer or they've heard, and so but they're just trying to literally say something to fit in or to have a positive meaning. You know what I mean? Like
he was trying to talk to Cal, and Cal wasn't responding. So when somebody talks to him and he doesn't respond back,
yeah.
So then he thought he was little and he couldn't talk. Like,
yeah.
Like
Well,
he wasn't speaking yet.
It is.
Like he's like, hi, little buddy. And Cal's not even looking at him,
Yeah. That's,
So yeah, in a situation like that, I feel like I have to say he's autistic.
I do it now too. Like at the
and
sports.
I don't care. I mean,
At the sports. Yeah.
well, because people do wonder. I mean, he's in the wagon, but he has to.
Well, like
be.
I said, sometimes at the sports things, I'll show up with his therapist.
Yeah.
And I think people are like, oh, that must be like his sister.
Yeah.
The kid's aunt, and the aunt's playing with him. And I'm like, yeah, that's not playing with, that's therapy. They're working. They're working. I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds crazy to say, but but I do think some people are kind of like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. And then the wife shows up, and then this chick leaves, and it's like, I'm like, yeah, well, therapy's over. I mean, it's like, this
I know.
session's over.
No, but we said, like, it's getting worse. Like, different behaviors and stuff are getting worse. Like, it is definitely noticeable now. He needs therapy like every day.
Everything.
Like, I don't know why they don't have it on the weekend.
Yeah, I don't. I know it feels like it's getting worse. I just think everything is more pronounced. It's more amplified because he's older. So when he's happy and wants to give you a hug, it's a bigger hug. It's a stronger hug, and it's a bigger smile, right?
Yeah.
So you have to. I think you have to look at the good parts about that. But also when things are not going well, it's also bigger, stronger, more pronounced.
Right.
So everything's just becoming a little more amplified because he's more amplified. He's big. Strong.
I know, and I don't mean to be negative. I'm just really worn out. But
Well,
he is
it's
a
easy to-
sweet.
yeah.
He's a sweet boy, and he does give big hugs, and I
Yes.
love him.
And there's nothing like him just coming up and giving you a hug and going, "I'm so happy."
Yes.
And you're going, "Oh," because here's the thing about I keep saying those kids because like I know them all, but they are really good at being extremely honest. They actually don't know how to lie.
Right.
Like everything is happening this is how I feel, and I'm going to show it to you or do my best to show it to you.
Right.
And so when he comes and tells you he's happy.
Oh yeah.
Like he knows in the moment to tell you he's happy. He likes to tell you he's happy.
Yeah, it's good.
And sometimes he'll go, "I'm so sad." And then you'll just go, "But why? Nothing's wrong." But you don't know what's going on inside the world where he is.
Right.
And something is going on where he's sad. The other day he was talking about monsters. And he goes, "Monster in your room. I'm so scared."
He did it last night.
Yeah.
And I had to say monsters are not real, and there's no monsters.
I know. And so, but you don't know sometimes where this stuff comes from, but it is starting to get, what did I say yesterday? We need to build a room. What did I say? I said a room with, what were the walls?
Rubber walls.
Rubber walls. And you're like, oh, great. So he could eat the rubber off the walls.
No, you said foam.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was like,
foam.
no, he would eat the foam.
Yeah, then you're like, he'd eat the foam. And I was like, fine, hard rubber. He can't eat that. And you're like, yeah, right. He will. He'll find a way. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I wonder if there's a company that does like autistic safe rooms, because sometimes you just want to sit with him in a room where truly nothing can happen to him or he can't destroy anything, because that is peace, even for a half an hour.
Well, that's what happened last night. He was in his room. He's safe in his room, and that's when they're at poop everywhere.
Yeah. Boy.
Yeah, at 11 o'clock. He was up late because of the Super Bowl.
I know. It was, what, I gotta
everyone
tell
was
you,
up late.
that honestly, I woke up this morning and I was like, man, that Super Bowl party was so cool. Because I'm telling you, if it wasn't for the Super Bowl party we went to, I don't know that we would have gotten a break yesterday. And even he got a break.
Yeah.
And he actually...
He likes being in new places, too.
Well, this is what I was going to say. That's not necessarily a new place anymore. I do think the transition is so easy because he understands getting the wagon and going over there.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's starting to get used to like the screens outside and watching things on the screens. I even think he's getting somewhat used to the people.
Oh, yeah.
Like he said, hi, Rachel. Bye, Rachel. Like
Yeah.
he's starting to know who she is. I think there is a comfort there where it's not as challenging of a transition. Like I think he's actually at some point going over there and going, oh, I'm familiar. It's okay to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and that's where his babysitter lives, Allison.
Right.
So he said, Allie, help me.
Oh, he did.
He saw her and he
That's
wanted to get out of the wagon.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's something to that, because I got to tell you, I was sitting there and I don't know, halfway through the first quarter, probably my first shot of Fireball.
Yeah.
I was like, things are going remarkably well. Like very pleased with the outcome so far,
Yeah.
But I mean, if it wasn't for that damn commercial.
Oh, I know.
And that company that makes commercials because they hate autistic kids.
Yeah.
Oh
my God.
That's my conspiracy
I don't even
theory.
remember. That's the only commercial I remember.
Well, of course. No, and I'm kidding, of course. They how would you know? But I'm just saying, it's like, if it wasn't for that, I kind of think we would have made it the whole game. Like
for sure.
There was nothing pointing to us having to get out of there.
Right.
And it was cold. It was chilly, at least. But he had a jacket on. He felt good. He kept doing ooh, I'm cold, because he wanted people to hug him and rub his back and everything. But, man, there was no reason to think that we had to leave anytime soon. Like, I was like, damn, this is awesome.
Yeah. He was happy when we came home because he told me I'm so happy.
Yeah. I think he was like, yeah.
Yeah, but he enjoyed himself.
Yeah. Tough one for the weekend. I think probably no sports the next couple weeks. Get a little break.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be finding him more therapy.
You need a break, man.
Oh, my God. I'm so worn out.
Here's
I just
the
can't
bad
even.
news. There's no break in sight.
No.
There's no help coming.
There's not. Like, I have tears that want to come out of my eyes right now.
Don't do it. Or do it. No, I think it's probably better to do it.
I'm going to do it. I can feel him coming.
Don't do it around me. And
I'm
the poor dog doesn't want to see you
down.
cry anymore. The poor dog is.
I'm crying right now.
She is crying.
I do need a break.
Go do it. There's no break coming. I have to be real. There is no break coming. People who write you on Facebook that say that there is no break coming, they are not helping. Nobody's coming to help.
I know.
Yep. Sorry. Look at the poor dog. He gets so sad when you cry. I'd say it's once every 6 or 7 episodes you cry.
No, I'm like, I've been crying a lot lately.
Yeah. Well, don't cry too much, because we got to go pick him up in a few hours, and we'll be back at it. You won't have time or energy to cry.
Oh, my God.
I read something once that crying takes out more energy than actually going to the gym for an hour. Like it actually, you know what I mean?
What do you mean? I'm getting a workout?
Yeah. Yeah, you're burning so many calories right now, so that should actually make you feel better.
I'm not even a person that cries a lot, and I've been so tired. I'm not even tired. I'm just exhausted.
Yeah, I thought you looked tired before. You look like beat now. I mean, you just
I'm not tired. I'm just exhausted.
It's emotional exhaustion. It's different when you're emotional. That's a different kind of tired, you know?
Yeah, like you can't handle anything else, and you have to.
I will say real quick, it was funny last night. Nothing autism related, but the commercial with the QR code that was spinning around.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Oh my God, our kids were going crazy, right? And so the kids, so there was the parents, and the parents were all outside, right? The kids were inside watching, doing their kid thing. Well, the QR code comes on, and we're all sitting out there, and it's like, I'm not going to pick up my phone, do this QR. This literally showed, like, age, everybody 16 and under, had their phones out doing the QR code around the screen. Everybody over 16 was just sitting there staring at the QR code spin around the TV screen going, and everyone's like, what the hell is happening? This is so ridiculous. And all the kids were like, yeah, woo. They were screaming. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
I'm like, man, if this doesn't show like the world right now is so crazy.
The kids had so much fun.
It was a good time.
And then Tyler, our oldest, was at his own Super Bowl party. So he had a good time. I wonder if he did the QR code thing.
Oh, I meant to ask him actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant to ask him that. But no, it was a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do a do-over tonight. We'll go and sit at a bar, have a couple of beers.
Yeah.
And we won't talk about autism. We'll just talk about Super Bowl and football.
Okay. Got to see who's going to babysit.
Yeah.
You have jiu-jitsu.
Oh, tonight? I thought we weren't doing Mondays anymore.
I don't know. I mean.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I got to see. Maybe Wednesday if I can.
Okay.
Maybe Wednesday. Wednesday and Friday.
All right.
Maybe that's good.
I'm going to go to the beach. That's my positive goal for the day.
Yeah.
And you're going to stay home and cry.
I'm not going to stay home and cry. I got my cry out.
Well, that was cry.
I hope I don't cry anymore.
I think that was cry number 2 of the day. So you still have another couple to go.
Stop
I think the beach will help you. It'll dry the sun will dry your tears.
Okay.
And light your way to the future. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. I just remembered that.
It is Valentine's Day.
That's another thing with autism. All of these things these days, you just could care less.
I don't care. I love you every day.
Thank you. I'm glad you're not taking
not just on Valentine's Day.
No, but I'm just saying, like I didn't even say anything to the kids. I just happy, and they didn't say anything to me. Like that's a thing. Like these things. By the way, holidays, birthdays, like we really just it's all so insignificant.
Yeah.
Anymore. Like you did your rule for Christmas. Like we did the 5 present rule, right?
Oh
everyone got.
It was perfect.
That's it.
And for birthdays, we do 3 presents.
Yep. It's just we just don't have time for all of the pleasantries and all of the societal norms of this is how you're supposed to do it. And this is like nah. And honestly, I really appreciate that aspect of this whole autism thing, because that's stuff that we used to worry about and get all hyped up about. It's just like God, it's so insignificant. It really is just all of it. It's fake.
Right.
I read something this morning, like it's $25 billion are going to be spent today on Valentine's Day crap. $25 billion.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Can you believe it? You could save countries. You could save thousands of humans with that money. And I know that's, you could say that all about everything. It's fine. I get it. And I'm not one of these sappy save the world people either. Trust me. But I was a little shocked at $25 billion, and I just go, thank God we don't get wrapped up in all that.
And me and you don't do gifts and any of that. I don't expect anything. It's just we don't have time for it.
Valentine's Day dinner? Give me a break.
I did get the kids little heart chocolates from the dollar store.
Oh, you know,
little box of chocolates.
You know what I just remembered?
What?
Because we talked about going to happy hour and maybe just having a few beers and talking about football. Our damn local neighborhood bar is shutting down today on Valentine's Day.
Oh my
sign on the
God.
door.
Yeah, that's
How
ridiculous.
Stupid is that?
I think that's ridiculous.
God.
But maybe it's because the staff.
The Angry Pepper has gone downhill.
You're just calling them out.
I don't care, man. How much money have we spent there over the? Oh, don't. Geez,
a lot.
$25 billion probably. But I got to tell you, they've gone down the tubes. It sucks.
I know.
I mean, that place sucks. If it wasn't,
be nice to them.
We've been very nice to them. They should be nice to us. You know what I mean? There's a big sign on the door, closed on Valentine's Day. What? Why?
That is crazy.
Yeah, and then they said now that Super Bowl's over, they're gonna do their Sunday where they close at like 7:00.
Oh my gosh.
They'll forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still gonna go.
We need to open a bar.
We're still gonna go. That's what sucks is we're going.
It's convenient.
It's right there. They know it. They got us.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to the Angry Pepper podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this is the Angry Pepper in Seminole. The one on Madeira Beach.
Oh my God. Why are you doing
No, because I don't want to penalize the ones on Madeira Beach. They do a great job.
Yes, it's different owners.
Yeah, I think that they're doing great.
And they're on the water.
They're on the water.
Yep.
Yep.
I still feel tears. There will be another cry later, but I should probably get out of the house.
Well, we're not going to drown our tears at Angry Pepper because they're closed today.
Yeah.
It's Valentine's Day. What kind of a restaurant closes on Valentine's Day?
Okay.
For what? Isn't that crazy?
Well, let's get out of here.
We're going to the beach.